Hey guys, APOC here, and we are back with another 12-win Grand Challenge deck, this time with the Golem, Night Witch, Baby Dragon, and Mega Minion. And even after the Night Witch was nerfed earlier on Monday, I would say that it's still one of the strongest cards in the game, if not the strongest card in the game. It becomes really difficult to deal with the fact that she is very high DPS, she is pretty spell resistant, meaning not dying to fireball or poison, as well as she's making all those bats that are in the air as opposed to just on the ground. So with all that said, she is still extremely strong, and I would recommend that you still do use her at this point if you got her. On top of that, we do have the Baby Dragon in our deck, and I really love the Baby Dragon in this format. It's just a great versatile answer both to the Night Witch and Graveyard, which are obviously popular win conditions, but also obviously takes out all those swarm units while being tanky enough to support small pushes. So it does serve a kind of all-around function in this deck, both on defense and to support the mini pushes after like your Golem is dead, or give pretty good damage when the Golemites are still up. So I've been facing a ton of, and when I say a ton, I mean I faced 6 in this Grand Challenge of 3 Musketeer Battle Ram decks. So make sure when you're going to challenge that you are, whatever deck you're playing, that you are prepared to face 3 Musketeer Battle Ram very often. Some of them are playing heals, some of them aren't, some are playing Night Witch, some are playing Miner. So there is a few variations of them. Most of them are playing Goblin Gang. So really the basis of them is Pump, Night Witch, Pump, 3 Musketeers, Battle Ram, and either Minion Horde or Goblin Gang. So some type of swarm. So make sure you're prepared for that. Also, at the end of this video, we are lucky enough to have a legendary chest in our shop. So we will get to that right at the end. So now, without waiting any further, let's hop into that chest opening, and then we'll get into the matches. Okay, so 22,000 gold. Very nice. Oh, they do this every time to me, I feel like. One of a common. Thanks. 1 Goblin Gang, just what I wanted. Ah, even better, 2 Elite Barbarians. Okay, let's get past that. Finally, 13 Dark Goblins. 14 tombstones, and that maxes our tombstone, I think, perfectly. Elixir collector, battle rams are getting up there. That's what I've been requesting. Only 80 off, not too bad. Still got 250 to go on those Inferno towers. Mini P.E.K.K.A.s will convert to gold. Skeletons. Okay, do we got it? 407 fire spirits. As you see, we were able to gain a ton of gold here, though. A lot of this stuff is converting to gold now. What do we get? 11 Dark Prince. Definitely not my favorite. No legend. Happy with the battle rams, and the Inferno towers, and the gold. Gotta get those legends, though. Okay. So we're gonna go with Game 1 versus a extremely interesting deck that I've never seen before. Maybe you guys have. Let me know what you guys think. So he's going to open up with a bandit at the bridge. Skeletons no longer counter bandit straight up, so you gotta drop a Mega Minion with it. And he's gonna go right into a Electro Wizard, but we did go with a very aggressive Lightning, and able to get a 1 Mega Minion shot. So we'll take that damage right there, counter that princess with our Night Witch, and we are able to get 1 stab with our Night Witch plus a couple bat hits here. Now we learn that he's playing Inferno Dragon, and Inferno Dragon is not the friend of Golem. So we already know that this could be a very tough match. He's got a lot of quick units to counterattack us when we're trying to drop pumps and golems. So he did cycle a log here, and that Electrowiz does a great job killing our skeletons, and he's able to get his bandit to connect. So we're finally ready to drop a pump here. And we learned something else. unfortunately we're facing Rocket also. So he's got a lot of answers to our deck so far. So we'll just log that down, but we do have a bit of a damage lead still, so not too bad. We're up about 120. And we're finally ready to start what looks like our first push of the game. But I'm not really ready for that yet because we're not in double elixir, and I'm afraid of that Inferno Dragon. I already know that we're going to need to do a big push. I dropped the Golem second on purpose because the Inferno Dragon is going to be making its way over to our side of the map. This will allow us to get some damage off on him. Unfortunately, I was just a second late. It was awful. And then on top of that, so we weren't able to distract with our skeletons. And then on top of that, we missed with our lightning somehow. Really bad play there. Okay. So now we're in a bit of trouble because we missed that lightning. Now we got a bandit and another Inferno Dragon coming in, and he's got his other princess doing work on the other side. So we'll use our Night Witch to work on these Inferno Dragons. And unfortunately, we're going to take another bandit charge to the tower, and that does put him back in the lead. So we'll log this down, and now we're finally ready for a full push. Now that we have a pump, and he rockets our Golem, so he's trying to get down into rocket range and to spell us out. So there's that deadly Inferno Dragon, which was buffed in the last patch, so it does attack quite a bit faster. So let's get into this real big push here. Lightning down on everything, and just like that, we're going to get this connection to the tower. And it will be too quick for that rocket, but he would have needed more spells anyways. So a pretty tough match. So very nice, well played. Let's get into this next one versus Asgen. Now Asgen is playing the heal version of Three Musketeers. And our next match, we're going to be facing Wen, one of the best players from Brazil. You guys may know him. He's pretty much a fixture at the top. Okay. So he opens up with an Ice Golem in the back. We open up with our Mega Minion. And we find right away the Battle Ram. So our Night Witch does a great job of countering the Battle Ram, which is great. Then we're able to get a small counter push here. And our Mega Minion does a great job on these minions so that we don't really need to do anything. We can just pump up with only taking one minion swipe. Okay, so we're both pumping up here. I got a nice elixir lead here, so we can go straight down to our Golem. Okay, so he decides that he's going to go for a quick counter attack. And we can just disarm that 4 elixir push with our log, which is very nice. And now we can get going with our push. So he drops his 3 Musketeers together. They are protected by the tower, but we are able to take out 2 of them, plus the lightning damage on the tower for a nice trade. Unfortunately, then we have this Minion Horde once again. And Minion Horde does a lot of work, killing our Golem, killing our Night Witch, and we're going to have to deal with it down on the other end too. So we're going to pull this Minion Horde off to the side, get our so they don't get onto our tower. And all in all, not too bad of a defense there. We did take a good chunk off our tower, but we do have the elixir lead, Baby Dragon on the board that he had to respond to. And now we do have another pump. Okay. So he decides not to pump, which I was a bit surprised about. So we're going to split this Minion Horde plus the Battle Ram. So Mega Minion to distract, then we can use our Baby Dragon to clean up. And now we have our Baby Dragon plus our Night Witch going down, which is very nice. And then we get a perfect value lightning here, taking out those 3 Musketeers all at once, and he still has to respond to the Night Witch plus the bats afterwards. So now we have a nice elixir lead with double pump down, and really, that's the end of the game. That's exactly what we needed, what we wanted. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna split this minion horde plus the battle ram, and then we can log everything back. And all in all, with him attacking the weaker side, that's not too bad. Okay, so he drops his minion horde once again, but that golem is now on the tower, and then we can just lightning everything down, lightning his whole push down, and golem for one more punch for the win. I mean, getting those 2 pumps down, as everybody knows, it's a huge, huge advantage. Okay, so finally, we're going to have our 12-win match versus Wen. Wen is currently about 1,500 in the world, not too bad, but he did finish last season, his best season at 174, top 200, not too bad. So, we've faced each other a couple times on ladder as well. I think this is my first time facing him in Grand Challenge. So, we do have a good starting hand here with Pump plus Night Witch and Skeletons. It's about my favorite starting hand. Okay, so he's going to go with a Night Witch in the back. We're going to, and then go to his Pump as well. Okay, so we are going to drop our Baby Dragon to counter his Night Witch. I was expecting a bit of a bigger push, and I wasn't exactly sure what he was facing there when he just played the Night Witch. Okay, so he's gonna cycle to his Ice Golem to stop us, but then he's able to make his first connection with his Battle Ram on the opposite side, as we didn't have our Skeletons to help out our Mega Minion. But now we got a nice push going in on the left. We do have the Mega Minion on the right. Our Night Witch is going to take out his, and we can lightning down that Three Musketeer. And now we're getting our Night Witch back onto the tower, getting those stabs on, which is pretty good. He had to use his Zap plus the Ice Golem. And just like that, we've taken out a huge chunk of his tower, and we do have the elixir lead with the pumps too. So we may have been a bit too aggressive here with our pumps, and we're going to take a bunch of damage. As that bandit's going to come in, make its connection, those barbarians are beating it down, and unfortunately that's going to be the first tower of the game. Okay. So he decides to pump. We already have an active pump, and now we have a golem. So we are basically an entire 8 elixir ahead of him. So that should help this next push. And we're going to use this elixir advantage to the best of our ability here. Okay. So he's going to go with a battle ram on the other side. We can use the skeletons plus the Mega Minion. Unfortunately, we weren't able to stop it, and that's going to go down real low. But we got that tower over on the left already cleaned up, and we're going to support that Mega Minion and get going with our new attack over on the right. Mega Minion is going to chase down that Ice Golem, and now our lightning is going to get down, and just like this, we have our Golem on the tower, our Golemites on the king, our Night Witch going down, and we're looking in great shape here. And that's going to be a nice 3-1 victory. So, stressful game versus win. And just so you guys see, gonna have to scroll down just a bit. So, in our 12th, 11th, 10th, and 9th win, all of them, Three Musketeers. Some of my matches earlier, like there's no replay available, so couldn't show other matches. So one last thing to do is open up this legendary chest. Let's see what we get. I hope it's a Night Witch. Let's do this. We get the nice new spinning animation. Okay. Inferno Dragon. Not too bad. So, those legendary chests are always a pretty good offer. They are the second best offer in the game besides Grand Challenges. So if you do spend a little bit of money on this game, I would suggest that you do buy those those legendary chests, but only if you also do grand challenges, as grand challenges are a better reward generally than legendary chests. Particularly if you're pretty good at this, and I hope that you are based on watching these videos. Okay guys, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I'll see you next time. Peace.